Welcome to XV1. For critical review is the late great Jordan Maxwell discussing several topics including the prey lamb, Dagon the fish god, and Aquarius. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.
I'm talking about the very foundations of the Vatican. Go all the way back and begin to see the symbols and emblems that the old popes wore hundreds and hundreds of years ago. What the Christian symbolism of 700 years ago, what those symbols were. Most people have no idea in the world that for the first 600 years of Christianity in Europe, and in the Middle East also, the first 600 years of Christianity, there was no man on a cross, period. The man on a cross, dying on a cross, came in about 600 years after Christianity had been formed, because for the first 600 years, Christianity's symbol was a lamb carrying a flag, or a lamb or a sheep being led to the slaughter. That was the symbol for Christianity, is the lamb. And of course we're told that the fish symbol was connected to Christianity, and that's because obviously Christianity has an astrological connection also. It was the age of the two fishes, which is Pisces. Pisces' symbolism of the astrological symbol of Pisces is two fish. So we always have the fish symbol. And this is why the Pope's headdress, the Pope's mitre, is a fish head. It represents a god. So when you see the Pope in Rome, he is not representing Jesus. He's not representing anything holy. He's representing the old Roman established religion. The very universal religion of ancient Rome was the worship of the god Dagon. Look it up in the dictionary. D-A-G-O-N, Dagon. Dagon was a god who the ancient people said came out of the ocean one day. He walked out of the ocean, and he was half man and half fish. And he gave all kinds of orders and knowledge and wisdom to the people of the ancient prehistoric world. And then he went back into the ocean and swam away. And that god became known as Dagon, D-A-G-O-N. And today, Catholic Church is the representation of Dagon worship on the earth. All you need to do is go through all of the Vatican with all the symbols and emblems of Dagon. And the Pope represents the vicar of Dagon, the one who represents Dagon, by the fish head. It's a fish head. As a matter of fact, the very word nun, the women are called nuns. Nun is a Hebrew word for a fish. N-U-N-N is a fish. So it's all based on astrology, the age of Pisces, the two fish. Jesus feeds his followers with two fish. Of course, the two fish is a Pisces. And of course, then in the last Passover, we're told in the Bible, in the book of Luke, that in Luke 22:10, the 12 apostles asked Jesus, now that you're going to die, it's called the Last Supper, or the last Passover meal. And so the story is that the 12, his chosen 12, are asking the Master, now that you're going to die soon, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? And the Bible has Jesus saying, he says, go into the city, and you will see a man with a water pitcher, carrying a water pitcher. Go into the house of the man with the water pitcher. That's Luke 22:10. Well, the man with the water pitcher is obviously Aquarius, the man with the water pitcher. And so when you begin to look back at the Hebrew religion, the old Jewish religion, Moses comes down from Sinai with the new laws, with the new religion, for the new establishment, establishment of Judaism, because the old Jewish system was worshiping the sun under the age of Taurus, the bull. And this is why in India, the cows and bulls are still today holy, because India, like the ancient Middle East, realized that thousands of years ago, the sun was in the age of Taurus, the bull, the constellation of Taurus. So they had what they call a holy cow. And so the holy cow was Taurus to bull, but Moses comes in to bring a new dispensation, a whole new religion to the Hebrew people. He goes up into the mountain of Sinai, which is interesting, the whole word Sinai is interesting. But he goes up into Sinai, comes down with the tablets for the new religion. And the new religion is for the new dispensation, for the next 2,125-year dispensation of the astrological sign, which is next to Taurus. The next one is Aries, the ram. So he comes down from the mountain and says, now we got a new religion for you. The new religion is going to be the worship of the sun in the age of Aries, the ram. So I want you to blow the shofar or the ram's horn. And they said, no. That's all that New Age crap. We're not into all that New Age stuff. We've always, my great-grandfather worshipped God with the golden calf, the Taurus, the bull, the sun in the age of Taurus, the golden calf. And so the ancient Hebrews were told in the Bible, told Moses, no, we're going to stick with what we've always done. 2,000 years we've always worshipped the Lord in the age of Taurus the bull with the golden calf. And now you coming down from the mountain with some newfangled religion that's telling us that there's going to be a new age, the age of Aries the ram, and we have to blow something called a shofar, a ram's horn. No, not at all. We've got our religion, and we don't want to hear all that, because all that stuff that you're talking about is a bunch of New Age propaganda. It's all that New Age stuff. Well, finally, after a while, that finally dawns on the Hebrews, we're told. And I guess Moses had something. I guess it is a New Age. So then they start blowing the ram's horn. Now it's the ram's horn represents Judaism. Yeah, for the moment. But the next 2,125-year period now becomes to a new dispensation. You got to start all over again, because every 2,125 years, the signs of the constellations move. So now your new constellation. Now we got a new religion now for Israel and for the world. And what is the new religion? Christianity. The two fish. Pisces, which follows on the zodiac. Mm-hmm. So now for 2,125 years, we've had the domination of the world by the two fish, Christianity. And the Jews will say, we don't want anything to do with that. That's all that other religion. No, it's just a continuation of the same idea. And you people didn't like it when Moses came down to bring you Aries, and you didn't like it before when it was Taurus to bull. It's the more we change, the more we stay the same. So now today, we finally got the Christians used to, and the world used to, worshiping God's Son, the light of the world, our risen Savior. And of course, the Son is your Savior. If it doesn't come up, if it doesn't rise, we're dead. So it's your risen Savior.
And before even the bull, you have Gemini, which is probably the source of all of the warrior twins and hero twins tales from all over the world.
All over the world.
I mean, very prevalent in Native American mythology.
So when you begin to see how today, now after 2,125 years, not immediately today, but very near in the future, we're going to, if Jesus were here, very near in the future, he would be celebrating the Last Supper again. The last Passover meal in the age of Pisces, the two fish. Well, what's going to come after? Well, he told you, go to the Bible and look in the Bible book of Luke 22:10, and he told you a long time ago, go into the house and find the man with the water pitcher, and go into the house of the man with the water pitcher. So what it's saying is it's telling Christians all over the world, get ready, because the age of Pisces, the two fish, and I fed people with two fishes, that's over. It's a new religion coming in now. It's going to be called the age of Aquarius. And the symbols, all this, they're going to have to pull down the cross and the man on the cross and all that stuff, pull it all down and put it in a warehouse somewhere, a government warehouse, because you're going to have to start coming up with a new symbol for all churches around the world. And Judaism has got to come up with a whole new series of symbols coming in the next couple hundred years. I won't see it, but you can bet it's going to be here in the next couple hundred years. You will begin to see in all churches, and if there are any churches, there most likely will be astrological temples, because they're not going to be able to call it a church. And the synagogues will also have the same symbol. All the symbols, all the churches and synagogues will begin to have a symbol of a man with a water pitcher, because it's the new age of Aquarius. And of course, today Christians will badmouth you for being all this new age, crazy new age stuff, and all that new age crap about the age of Aquarius. Well, supposedly in the Old Testament, that's what the Jews were saying. That's what the Hebrews were saying about Moses. He's coming down to bring the new age of Aries to blow the ram's horn, and they're still worshiping Taurus, the golden calf. And so, like I said, the more we change as humans, the more we stay the same. We're still just as ignorant as we've ever been. We're even more stupid, I think, than the people who come before us.